Hey guys, this is Spoon Douglas from the band Pilot Jones and Filthy Royalty. Also, I have a side project called Actual Tree. I'm just a big music nerd. So I stay busy a lot in a lot of bands around Tampa Bay. So when I'm not busy with my musical projects, I love to read. Even when I am doing something music related, I'm studying a book. My favorite genre is science fiction. What's really appealing to me is just how they can tell really complex issues, but make them very light and accessible. Real life is just so heavy, but the stories are told in a very fun way, you know, with dragons and knights and stuff like that, but they're talking about political issues. I really like how they can really merge the two. So during the pandemic, you know, I had lots of time to really reflect. I was just dealing with, you know, a lot of emotions, such as grief, depression, anxiety, loss, just different types of things. And then I was like, let me translate these into music, into songs. And then the songs decided to turn into stories. I started visualizing places and events and characters who had relationships just because of the music. I said, you know what, this is a grounds for a book. Now the target audience for this book is mostly young adults, just because it's set in a fantasy kind of nature. But also I wanted the story to really resonate with folks who are going through a tough time, folks dealing with grief and loss. You know, we lost a lot of people during the pandemic. So I wanted these stories to really resonate with those kinds of folks. This book isn't meant to be heavy. It's a science fiction book, but I want folks while they're reading it to say like, hey, I can relate to this. You know, I can feel this character's pain. You know, I've been there. As the story kind of grew outside of my scope, I'm not a writer and I'm not an artist. So I was like, you know what, let me go with somebody who's, you know, really good at this. Let me take this opportunity to work with my friends and collaborate. The first person I reached out to was Maggie Wyman. She's a great illustrator, and she was a no-brainer for this project because we've worked together on my side project, Actual Tree. She's done the art, so I love her creepy style in a way it looks cartoony like Alice in Wonderland. So I reached out to her. The writer that I decided to work with is Chris Fritz. He's in a band called Roses from Bones. I'm a huge fan of his music. The way he just tells stories, you know, in a 3-minute song, I was like, this is great. I gave him a bare bones idea of the story, and he just took it and he fleshed it all out and strung everything together. The story really evolved a lot because of him. He sent me a draft, and it's amazing. He had me crying. I was like, oh God, it's good. So the reason for this video is that I'm reaching out to you, the viewer, to help me with my Kickstarter. I'm trying to raise $5,000 because I'm self-publishing the book, and also pay Maggie and Chris for their time and their talent. If I was to raise more than $5,000, I would put that money towards creating a graphic novel and an audio drama version of the book. This story, I know, will touch people the way stories have touched me in the past, and hopefully it gives them a fresh perspective on life, and you know, so they don't feel so alone. And I would like to end with my ending quote. It's from the book. Love is the stuff that turns our lives into stories. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.